The next stop is Central. Change at Central for City Circle, T1 North Shore, T3 Liverpool, T4 Eastern Suburbs, Illawarra and Cronulla, T8 Airport and South Lines, intercity and regional trains, metro and light rail services. This stop is Central. This is the last stop. Change at Central for City Circle, T1 North Shore, T3 Liverpool, T4 Eastern Suburbs, Illawarra and Cronulla, T8 Airport and South Lines, intercity and regional trains, metro and light rail services. Use doors on the left in the direction of travel.
It is now
Good afternoon, customers.
4:58.
Welcome to Central Station. The 503 Newcastle service will be departing from platform 8. This train is due to depart in approximately 4 minutes. The 506 Carriages service will be departing from platform 25. The 506 Hornsby via Stratford service will be departing from platform 10. The 507 Ion via Gordon service will be departing from platform 16. The 511 Lithgow service will be departing from platform 6. Customers with premium tickets for the 516 Canberra service is scheduled to depart on platform 1. As always, customers, please check in clearly to the next times, destinations, and platforms. Thank you and have a great day.
It is now 4:59 and I just got off this new Marion train from Newcastle Interchange, which left at around 2:18 exactly. Wow, back at Central finally. It was a day trip, but it seemed like it was a weekend trip. Like I just got back from, say, interstate Melbourne. What a day. Unbelievable. There are a few train spotters on the other platform that I saw taking photographs of the new train. I've got nothing really bad to say about this new train. It's absolutely fantastic. Just have a quick look in there. So just having a look at the internal. It's like not much to it, just a normal engine. What can I say? It was a really good return ride on the new train. The seats are very comfortable and there is enough leg room. There was nothing really bad to say about it. It was just a really, really good train ride. So now it's going to return, I think, back to Newcastle. What else can I tell you about it? In terms of reliability, it actually ran to the minute, and it actually closed its doors at Newcastle Interchange before it departed, maybe half a second or a couple of seconds, not half a second, a couple of seconds before it was due to depart, and departed exactly on the dot. In terms of arrival, I wasn't sure when it was supposed to arrive, but it was actually quite a good journey, quite a good time-wise, a good journey. The seats, as I said, were comfortable. There was enough leg room. I didn't use the tray table. I actually almost fell asleep because it was so comfortable, and I was so tired between, I think, Berowra and Hornsby, but maybe a bit before Berowra. But I wanted to stay awake because I wanted to see the actual Hawkesbury River and any other water bodies that are around. So I didn't have to use the toilets, but I did have a look at the toilets, and they looked really spacious, and anyone in a wheelchair or a pram could actually access it easily. So it's changing back to Newcastle Interchange now. The announcements were clearer on the way back than they were going. There are additional manual announcements when the train hits Hornsby and Strathfield, in between the automated ones. The doors opening chime, or whatever you want to call it, the beeping noise, I find a little bit loud and a little bit long, but that's okay. It's only a minor thing. The major thing I did notice on board was people with luggage. There's an awful lot of people with luggage getting on the train. And luckily today it wasn't that busy, but if that was a really, really packed train, you could not put your suitcases and your duffel bags, large ones, across the seats in front of you, which some people did. And that is a problem because the luggage racks are only located in certain carriages at the rear of them, I believe. And I don't think there's enough of them in the right spot. And I don't even know if people are willing or trusting enough to put their luggage in the luggage racks instead of taking the luggage and having it close to them. The problem with this is they should have put some overhead luggage racks if this is the case and people were going to take luggage on board. Instead of just having lights and vents above with some signage, they should have had some overhead luggage racks above the seats. So just like the XPT, so they could actually put the smaller suitcases, which most people had, the smaller wheelie bag, carry-on wheelie bags, that they carried on board and above in an overhead locker kind of thing. What else? The bike racks on board, there are 3 in 2 carriages, I believe. So it's 1 bike rack per 4 carriages, I believe. And 1 toilet as well for every 4 carriages, which is not a problem, I don't believe, even though in the old intercity trains they have, I think, a toilet in each of the cars or carriages. So I don't know if that makes a difference or not. There are not many people that use it, so there wasn't a huge queue for the toilet. But then again, it's not up to 100% capacity yet. So in a couple of months, especially over the holidays, this may change because of school holidays and people going on holidays. So these trains may be packed. And the other problem is the seating that people are complaining about. They're fixed seating, fixed directional seating. So if you're travelling towards or away, the seats are not all in the correct direction. So half of them will be backwards and half of them will be forwards. There are some accessible seats which are on the sides, and there are some random seats that do not have tray tables. They're just like a conferencing sort of 5-seat facing each other sort of group of seats. So that may or may not be a problem, because then those people can't actually work, or they probably won't be working because they'll be in a group, a family group probably. Although you could be having a meeting on the way from or to Newcastle Interchange, and you might need some like tables to put your laptops or something, or electronic devices on. So that may or may not be a problem, but as far as I'm concerned, that's fine with me. However, sitting 2.5 hours to 3 hours backwards, I'm not sure if I could handle that. At the moment, I was very comfortable sitting in the forward position in the direction of travel, but backwards, I'm not quite sure. But I covered a lot of this in my video before this one, but everything else seems to be pretty cool, pretty good. Oh, one other thing, very important, and that is there are no bins on board the train. So what do you do if you are having something to eat, or you have tissues or something, you want to chuck them out or throw them away? There are no bins, so you have to hang on to them. I wouldn't suggest leaving them on the seats. That's not very nice for the next person to actually come and sit down and find that you've left your rubbish there, like on the commuter trains within the Sydney suburbs. So I don't think that is a very nice thing to do. I don't know if they had trash bins in the actual bathrooms. They probably do for, I don't know, disposable nappies, things like that. Tissues, hand towels, although I think they might have a dryer in there, I'm not sure. I really did not go into detail in the bathroom at what works and what's there and what kind of amenities are inside. I know there's probably a baby change table. That's probably the only thing that's probably available in the accessible toilets, and railing, of course. So other than that, there is nowhere to buy any snacks on board, so it's BYO everything, drinks and snacks and meals. When I got to Newcastle interchange, unfortunately there isn't much available around to actually purchase from cafes or restaurants or even supermarkets. There's one Food Works which is 100 metres away, and I visited that and got a couple of bottles of cold water and whatever else that was left, which was not much, so I didn't end up buying anything from there except for the water. There is a little food concession that sells coffee, water, light snacks like sandwiches, pies, sausage rolls, and some bagels and some other sandwiches and things like that there, which you could probably get something to eat to get on board the train to eat. But there's not much else. There's also a pizza place next to the Food Works supermarket, 100 metres from the interchange at Newcastle. And walking down the main street of Newcastle, there is nothing. Everything looks like it's been abandoned and closed, and the only little mall they have is called, I think, Marketplace, which is quite a walk away, and I didn't want to walk down that distance again because I just came from there. And even around the beach area and the port area, there's nothing up there to really eat or drink, nothing close. You might find some little cafes and things at the station where I stopped off, but everywhere else I just could not find any supermarkets or any major food outlets that I could find. I think there was one KFC, it was hidden behind some buildings. Other than that, there's a few small cafes and very sparsely spread around. So I think that's all I have to tell you, but I really enjoyed today, and I'm a little bit tired having got up at 3 a.m. this morning in order to catch the 4:30 something first and only bus to the city, getting off at Lang Park, then walking across the road to Wynyard, and then going on to the platform that had the the fastest and closest time arriving at Wynyard to Central, and then from Central getting the train here. So all in all, I'm very happy with it. Very happy with the train trip. It was very relaxing, and I really loved having the plug, the PowerPoint, and also the USB charging ports next to my seat, because I had run out of both my battery, charger, and also my phone. So I had no power left whatsoever until I got onto the train. So very happy. It took the whole 2.75 hours or however long it was for both of them to charge to their full extent. That at least by the time I got back to Central, my phone and my battery were both charged. So it's now 5:12. Thanks for watching. It's peak hour, so I'm going to make my way to the metro and back to Chatswood and then back home. Thanks for watching.